The Greek word for testing are trials. Trials mean to try something so as to know its worth. It is the testing that reveals to you your worth, your value, your importance, your significance in the kingdom of God. If you can endure the test, you don't need somebody to tell you what your purpose is. Your testing reveals your calling. Trials. It is the proving through adversity, afflictions, and troubles. So God has assigned the testing to prove you, your troubles to reveal your value and your worth, your afflictions. And where you and I must understand that the Bible lets us know that many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers them out of all. Or look at somebody and tap them and say, all. What you're going through right now, God is going to deliver you. Come on, somebody. Come on, come on. What you're dealing with right now, deliverance is waiting you. Oh, come on. I'm trying to help somebody. You will never know your full capabilities until there is a test. Well, why? Why the testing? The testing is done for the purpose of discerning the quality of an object. You test something. You build a shelf in your garage and you put weight upon it so you can test whether or not it can hold the weight. Testing is the discernment of the quality of an object. And in the kingdom of God, it is the making of a person who will become a trusted servant and who will not break under pressure. Oh, come on, somebody. Nor even throw in the towel or become discouraged. We got too many saints who can't endure anything. Oh, I'm trying to help you. This is going to get you to your refreshing. Hold on for a moment. We have to understand that we must learn how to endure pressure. You got to become convinced that you will be tested. In 1 Thessalonians, let's go here for a moment. Chapter number 3. And I'm going to read this out of the Living Bible because it just flows in the area of the significance of what God would have us to understand today. Paul is writing to the church of Thessalonica, and he writes unto them for the purpose of encouraging them during their testing. And what I want you to understand in here in this is that you will be tested. You might as well become convinced of that. Because society and even the church will have you trying to run from your testing. We seek comfort. We seek what is called homeostasis, a balance of internal pressures. We want everything to be balanced. God has a way of flipping your scales. And when he flips it, you got to learn how to celebrate him because he sees something in you that you yet don't see. Paul said, finally, when we could stand it no longer, we decided that we should stay alone in Athens. We sent Timothy to visit you. He is our co-worker for God and our brother in proclaiming the good news of Christ. We sent him to strengthen you, to encourage you in your faith, and to keep you from becoming disturbed by the troubles you were going through. But of course, you know that such troubles are going to happen to us Christians. Even while we were with you, we warned you that troubles should or would soon come. And they did, as we well know. Look at somebody and say, trouble is on its way. We as the people of God must understand that if we're not in a storm, we have either just come out of a storm or we're about to go into a storm. Face it, there's a storm on the horizon. 1 Peter chapter number 4. You're going to be tested. You can look at verse 17 through verse number 19. We're going to get there. Just hold for a moment. Peter writes unto us and he says, for the time has come for judgment to begin at the house of God. And if it begins with us first. Come on, somebody. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. See, the world is looking at the church because the problem's supposed to start with the church. And if the church can't get the victory, how do we expect the world to get the victory? We sit up here talking about the world, but the world is expecting us to get the victory and endure our trials so that they can learn from us. But if the saints are broke, busted, and disgusted, living in wantonness and never obtaining, then how do we expect the world to ever find fulfillment? So it must begin with us first. What will be the end of those, he says, who do not obey the gospel of God? If the righteous one is scarcely saved, where will the ungodly and the sinner appear? Hear this. Therefore, let those who suffer according to the will of God. It's God's will that we suffer. You're not going to hear this message too often. This is not a popular message, the message of suffering. But you got to understand that the message of suffering has value. And before you get your refreshing, you got to go through something. How can you get a refreshing and you ain't been through something? The purpose of refreshing you, restoring you, replenishing you is because you have a lack that took place. You can't replace something that has not been used. Therefore, let us who suffer according. See, that's why I like the cross. I like those messages about the cross. Come on, somebody. Therefore, let those who suffer according to the will of God commit, watch this, their souls to him in doing good. Keep on maintaining. Come on, somebody. Keep on enduring. Keep on pressing. Those who committed their souls to him in doing good as to a faithful creator.